Hey everyone, Kane here, and in this video we're gonna talk about my last fight in Dual Tower before I bought the Warmaker's main. And Warmaker's main kind of makes a pretty huge difference in PvP, and we're gonna see as to what happened. So in this fight I was facing somebody very close to 15 million core, pretty much a 1 million core difference. So, what happened in the fight? The fight was actually pretty friggin' close. So, our pet levels are pretty much the same. Let's say the front line is 3.4 million HP. These are the stats that I currently have. In comparison to his are slightly weaker. A lot less enemy crit rate reduction, just a little bit of magic resistance more, and a lot less stats in terms of healing received, I think, accuracy, evade chance, so they should stack a little bit slower. So in terms of dragon, I have almost, I suppose, 1 million in terms of talents. I have only 2 greater abilities at the moment. Aura Blast and Dragon Scale with tier 4 in Destruction, tier 3 in Protection. And in terms of him, he doesn't have a lot of HP on the dragon, so I just assume he doesn't have Dragon Scale right off the bat. He has Dreambreaker, he has Aura Blast, and he doesn't have the Dragon Scale, so if I did spawn in front of his dragon actually would have died fairly quickly. So he has Destruction tier 4 and Affliction tier 4, so he has a lot more hero attack and some hero HP. He also has a couple of Warlocks. So Warlocks, pretty low attack speed, which is kind of a must. He did focus critical rate, but I don't think that the Lich Warlocks really need crit rate and crit damage. I think they scale more from attack speed and then their percentage damage. And before we check the heroes, let's check damage. So Nora, 600. Pretty much not a lot of damage, but again, my stall side is fairly weak, so it's kind of explainable as to why he wasn't doing that much, because I guess my stall side was proc to invincibility rather quite quickly. In comparison to my side, Avril did a lot of damage, Nora supposedly did something, and my Vallari survived for almost the entire battle? What the frick is this? What? So my Vallari bugged out or something? What the hell? I think this happened in quite a few battles. What the hell is going on there? So she did damage here. Sorry guys, just what questionable. How the hell? Yeah, so how the hell is my Vallari doing no damage whatsoever? Okay, we're gonna inspect that inside of the fight. So I've checked his heroes, and quite a lot of his heroes are actually questionable. So he doesn't have a lot of hero attacks. So for example, his Avril has 3 million hero attack, and if we can compare to mine is 17 million attack in this fight. I have like 8 or 9 hero attack prisms, since without using ranged army I can only get proper like 20 prism sets, and the rest just don't really matter that much, or 20 or something like that, I'm not entirely sure. So in terms of prisms, he has only the support prisms 5-star, and by support I mean Sky Totem. By support, I mean Nectar of Life, and where is it? I think the Conch, Hydrastic Conch. Now, there is another thing which I kind of noticed, which might surprise you. So, his skeletons were able to tank a huge amount of damage. One of those reasons as to why is the Balrog, and of course Warmaker's main, which I have always covered. However, his Warmaker's main is not 4-star. His War Maker's main is 2-star, which grants gradual health recovery that scales with max HP of the hero. So healing that amount of damage, or rather HP, with just a 2-star War Maker's main, I kind of assumed that the 4-star was the main thing which was doing the healing, but apparently even this gradual HP recovery is actually pretty friggin' powerful. So yeah, do keep that in mind. Even a 2-star War Maker's main, you will honestly see some part of a use in there. So in terms of majority of the other heroes, half of those heroes are kind of questionable. So for example, he has Yip with crossbow, 5-star for some reason, stuff like that. He has many DPS prisms 1-star like this. For example, even Vallari has 1-star stuff. Now I'm kind of wondering, yeah, so his Vallari actually did damage compared to my friggin' Vallari. Like, what is this? So yeah, again, quite a lot of heroes have questionable stuff. Very low hero attack. For level 70 gladiators, the HP is fairly low, I think, for quite a few of them. Because, for example, one moment, where is Balrog? So as you can see, Balrog has 47 million HP. So this was my Balrog kind of build before War Maker's main. Like, I had to do something to make him survive, and the only artifact I had was the Hellguard. Now, of course, if you have seen my previous video before this, I have a new build for Balrog, so don't worry. From the next dual tower PvP videos, you're gonna see a proper Balrog in action. And I have 40 million HP on level 65, and of course 10 million attack, so that's twice than what he had. So basically, if I have a level 70 Balrog, this is gonna increase like 60 to 70% of HP, plus of course I will be raising tier 15, so easily raising about to like 70 million or above HP of this friggin' Balrog, which is going to be massive. So I'm not entirely sure how he got that much core power and where he put that core power, but it's not really visible in his army. It's not really visible in the stuff that he has on his heroes. So it's a little bit questionable where majority of his resources and materials went to. Now, the other thing, how did this battle become so friggin' close? Let's go into the battle and check. So I faced his stall side and my Vallari is here. So I casted Vallari's Fire Dance. What the frick happened? What? What? Excuse you? Why is my Vallari not doing frick all with the friggin' ultimate? What the frick? But you can see my Vallari is actually doing damage. Like, you see the fireballs landing and them doing damage. What the hell is this data stuff? What? I've been lied to or something. Or literally this entire damage is just not proccing or something. Or it's proccing and then they're healing the damage. Or what the hell is going on? Anyways, yeah, he's clearing my stall side rather quickly without War Maker's main. My Gazelle died, so he's clearing them a little bit easier. In terms of me, I'm having some trouble. Even with the huge difference in terms of the hero attack, I'm actually having trouble clearing the stall side due to the previous War Maker's main healing. So as you can see, a couple of skeletons are actually left in those two squads. So even those two skeletons can literally tank majority of my burst side for at least like 4.5 seconds. And that is the thing of the War Maker's main. It's not like it's gonna make everything survive. It's about keeping as many skeletons not proccing invincibility, so the enemy would need more time to actually proc invincibilities to I suppose Gazul's revival, reviving them, and etc. And in the end, it takes like 40, 50, 60 seconds for them to actually pass your stall side in terms of lich, depending, of course, on burst sides and all of those kinds of things. So that is what kind of the War Maker's main did compared to mine. He didn't really have that much damage. It was actually slow. But for some reason, my Vallari was not doing free call, or the data was actually wrong. Like, I'm not entirely sure what the hell was going on with my hero. Like, you've seen her spazzing out. Like, even now. Like, what the hell is happening to this hero? She's just standing in one place doing nothing. But yeah, that's, I suppose, the match. Like, probably if my Vallari actually was doing something in this match, right? Like, look at her damage. Like, if my Vallari was doing something in that match probably would have ended a lot quicker, considering the fact that those skeletons should have actually been cleared rather quite fast in my own book or eyes, comparing to what I usually face. So honestly, this was a pretty close fight due to a bug that I kind of still happened to win. Again, I'm not entirely sure why this hero's passed out. So probably it's because I have this range trinket. Maybe this is the first time I kind of seen my Vallari's pass out like that. Most of the other time she actually does damage. So usually you want to have the melee trinket to do melee 25% damage. I still did an event and I forgot to change all this time for the dual tower, but I have already changed it. So we're gonna check the new dual towers tomorrow. In terms of attack, 19 million attack. So you can pretty much see the comparison of 19 million Vallari and of course 4 million. And apparently the 4 million attack Vallari was doing a lot more DPS because of some spazzing out bug and literally just, I don't know, randomly not walking or not casting ultimate or stuff like that. Pretty crazy. I thought the enemy was actually clearing me rather quite quickly, but after inspecting this video, I've kind of noticed that my Vallari bugged out. But yeah, that's, I suppose, pretty much it for the video. Pretty close due to the bug, but yeah, pretty much War Maker's main must have for, I suppose, almost anyone who wants to play PvP rather quite well. Do keep in mind that War Maker's main becomes in use, or in a very huge use, when of course you have the Dragon Draconic Affliction 109 for people in newer realms, because that is pretty much required. Skeletons last like 4.5 seconds, so your Bedrock is gonna heal them, your stall side is gonna tank for at least 4.5 seconds more, some revival, some more healings, etc, 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 and that kind of ends up buying at least 10, 20, 30 seconds just by having that artifact, and it randomly healing a couple of skeletons, and then your entire burst are just focusing those couple of skeletons left alive for quite a while. And if of course a skeleton revives out of those two skeletons that were left, that's another like 4.5 seconds that the burst side is going to DPS those two skeletons, and then that sort of stuff just buys out so much time that, you know, stuff like this will happen. So do keep in mind, again, like War Maker's main literally must have for PvP, and after today I got it, and just so people would actually know that no, I don't have that sort of a Balrog anymore. Here is a picture of the new setup from the previous video I posted. So I have the War Maker's main 5-star. So I have become godlike in PvP. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Unexpected bug, but close fight even due to that. So pretty much, as you can see, my formation is literally built around having a huge burst side, and if my burst side is negated, like even my Avril or Vallari is not DPSing, It's a pretty huge loss in terms of my burst due to me not having ranged armies. So do keep in mind this formation is sort of like a glass cannon. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you were surprised as me due to the bug, but hey, that stuff happens. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. Take care and stay safe out there.